안녕하세요. 오늘의 주제는 날씨, 계절입니다. 총 4문제 가져왔고요. 한국의 날씨 묘사, 가장 좋아하는 계절, 과거와 현재 날씨 비교, 그리고 이상 기후로 인해 겪은 경험, 이렇게 4문제 대답해 보도록 하겠습니다.
What is the weather like in your country? Are there distinct changes in the seasons? Describe what the weather is like in the summer. What is the weather like in the winter? Provide a detailed description of each of the 4 seasons.
In South Korea, we have 4 distinct seasons, and each one has its own unique weather. Let me break it down for you. Starting with spring, it's really pleasant. The weather is mild, and all kinds of flowers, especially the cherry blossoms, bloom everywhere. It's not too hot or too cold, so it's the perfect time to go outside and enjoy nature. Summer, on the other hand, can get scorching hot and humid. We also get quite a bit of rain during this time, thanks to the monsoon season. Next, fall is probably the most comfortable season. The weather cools down and the air feels crisp. Plus, the autumn leaves are beautiful. Finally, winter is cold and it often snows. Temperatures can drop below freezing and we sometimes get icy winds. So yeah, South Korea has a little bit of everything when it comes to weather. It changes a lot throughout the year, but that's what makes each season special.
Identify your favorite season and describe some of the activities that you do during this time of year. What types of activities do people in your country participate in during the summer? What types of things do these people do during the winter?
Well, my favorite season is definitely fall. The weather during this time is just perfect. Not too hot, not too cold, so it's a great time to be outdoors. Personally, I love to go jogging in the fall. The cool breeze and the changing leaves make it such an enjoyable experience. I also like to play soccer with my friends, and fall is the ideal season for that since it's not too humid, unlike summer. In Korea, people enjoy all sorts of activities in the summer and winter too. During the summer, people usually head to the beach or visit water parks to cool off. It's hot and humid, so anything involving water is really popular. When winter comes around, it's all about skiing and snowboarding in the mountains. People also enjoy ice skating in the city. On colder days, many also prefer staying indoors, sipping hot chocolate by the fireplace. You get the picture. Overall, each season has its own charm, but fall is definitely my go-to season for staying active and enjoying nature.
Do you think that the weather has changed over the past few years? What was it like in the past? How has it changed? Please describe the differences in detail.
You know, I've definitely noticed that the weather has changed quite a bit over the past few years, and I think a lot of it has to do with global warming. Growing up, the seasons felt much more predictable. Summers were warm, but not unbearable, and winters had that classic cold with just the right amount of snow. But now, it's different. Nowadays, everything just seems more extreme. Summers are getting hotter and longer, with heat waves happening more often. It feels like the temperature go up way above what we're used to, and you really start to feel the impact of climate change. Winters, on the other hand, don't feel as cold as they used to. It snows a little, but it melts so quickly. Also, sometimes it feels like spring and fall are barely there. They're shorter, almost like they're disappearing. Overall, I'd say the biggest difference is how extreme and unpredictable the weather has become. And it's not just a local problem, it's happening all around the world. It's a clear sign that we need to take global warming seriously.
Have you ever had a memorable or unexpected experience because of unusual weather conditions? When was it? What happened? Tell me about it in as much detail as possible.
You know, I'll never forget this one experience I had because of a typhoon. It happened a few years ago, and believe me, it was one of the worst storms I can remember. I remember it so vividly because the whole apartment complex was terrified. The wind was howling, and the rain was pouring down like crazy. It was so intense. But then, things got worse. Suddenly, a huge tree right outside our building got uprooted and crashed down, smashing my mom's car. The entire roof of the car was crushed, and we were all in shock, especially my mom. It felt like a scene straight out of a movie, you know? Thankfully, we had insurance, and they handled everything. It was a huge relief knowing that the situation was taken care of. The car was replaced, and no one was hurt, which was the most important thing. So, while it was definitely a scary and unexpected experience, in the end, it all worked out. It really made me realize how powerful and unpredictable nature can be. I hope I never experience that kind of typhoon again. 네, 날씨와 관련된 답변은 여기까지고요. 영상 시청해주셔서 감사드립니다.